Frog? Were you here? I could hear you croaking all the way from the other room. Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Frog. And Mrs. Frog was super excited to tell you something. She wants to tell you about the life cycle of a frog. That's right. And what's that, Mrs. Frog? What? Your babies don't look like you when they're born, when they hatch from their eggs? Well, that is pretty crazy, isn't it, boys and girls? So, Mrs. Frog's going to help me tell you what happens in the life cycle of a frog. But first, we're going to read a book before we look at our poster. So, this is called Now I Know a Tadpole Grows Up by Melvin and Gilda Berger. And it is published by Scholastic. Do you know this little animal? This little animal is a tadpole. Did you know tadpoles are sometimes called pollywogs? A tadpole grows up to be a frog. Oh, it looks much different, doesn't it, boys and girls? In spring, mother frogs lay their eggs in water. The eggs are covered with a clear jelly. That is to protect the eggs, boys and girls, because the jelly tastes really gross, so fish won't want to eat it. The eggs grow in the water. There's a zoom. They're very small. Look what's inside, boys and girls. Tiny little tadpoles in the eggs. They soon become tiny tadpoles. And those are the eggs. Tadpoles live in water. Did you know tadpoles breathe underwater like fish? That's right, boys and girls, they have gills. Each one looks like a little fish. A young tadpole has a big head and a long, strong body. A long, strong tail. Did you know a tadpole's head and tail are joined together? That's right, it does look like a little fish, doesn't it, boys and girls? It has a long tail. At first, the tadpole holds onto plants with its mouth. That is really cool. Then it uses its mouth for eating. Soon, the tadpole grows 2 back legs. Oh, there they are. The back legs grow first. Next, it grows 2 front legs. Boys and girls, what do you think this is starting to look like? It's starting to change. The tadpole's tail grows shorter. It's going shorter. And the tadpole is slowly changing into that's right, a frog. And look at that tail, it's getting smaller and smaller. The frog now climbs out of the water. Did you know the change from tadpole to frog is called metamorphosis? Now that's a mouthful. Try saying that, boys and girls. Metamorphosis. It begins to breathe air now. So it goes out of the water. Did you know frogs have lungs for breathing like we do? So they grow lungs through this change called metamorphosis. The frog lives on land and in water. Did you know a frog has webbed feet for swimming? Those are good swimming feet right there, boys and girls. Some frogs are big. Ooh, look at this guy. And some frogs are little. And they come in many colors. These ones are more poisonous. We don't really see these type around here. Frogs jump and hop. They have very strong legs at the back. They catch insects and small animals. Oh, he's going for that little tasty fly there. Did you know frogs use their eyes to push food down their throat? Whoa, that is super cool. I can't use my eyes to push the food down my throat. Some frogs spend the winter in the ground. They hibernate. They lay their eggs when spring comes.
Are you ready?
And that's the end. Boys and girls, I just want to show you this frog life cycle poster. And it's the same thing. So we start with the adult frog, and then they have the eggs, and inside the eggs are the little tadpoles. And then the tadpole looks like a fish, and it has the gills and swims underwater. And then slowly the tadpole changes and the back legs develop. And then soon the back legs and the front legs also develop, and they develop lungs. And then you have a little frog, a juvenile frog, or a little froglet. And the tail is starting to disappear. And finally an adult frog. And the reason why it's called a life cycle is it happens like a cycle, and then the frog lays eggs, and it happens all over again, and it keeps happening like a cycle, a circle. So that is a cool poster. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you, boys and girls. I have a cool thing I made today that maybe you can make. This is using egg cartons, some googly eyes, and some pipe cleaners. And this is plastic wrap, or if you have bubble wrap, that can work too. So we have our adult frog here, and our adult frog lays eggs. And there's the little eggs. I drew some little dots in there. And then out of the eggs comes the tadpole. And here's my tail, he's underwater. And he looks a little bit darker than the frog. And then my little tadpole grows back legs, and his tail's getting a little smaller, and he's changing more into a frog color. And then here's my little froglet, and now he has 2 back legs and 2 front legs, and the tail's even getting smaller now, and he's growing lungs. And then my adult frog again. So boys and girls, maybe you can redo this too, make this craft with egg cartons, or you could even make it with Play-Doh, and that's really cool too. But guess what? I have a special surprise for you, me and Mrs. Frog. We have something really cool to show you. Mr. Mochniak was digging up the garden today, and guess what he found? Actually, my daughter Julia found it, and she found a frog. So let's go see the frog. We're just gonna go outside really quick. All right, oh, there it is right there. Little frog in there. There. And it kind of looks like dirt, so it's kind of, oh, there it goes. There, she's moving, or he's moving. So of course we're gonna let this frog go back into the dirt because it's gonna need some water and a pond and everything. So there is our little frog that we found.
Okay, I'll put it there.
Okay, thanks girls.
Just watch it hop away.
Watch it hop away. Okay, thanks boys and girls. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.